created you. Then man asked, what next? He said that you kill your children, fearing that they would not eat along with you. The first point is very clear, associating or ascribing other partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second one is very important as well, because even though the world, generally speaking nowadays, they do believe in God. You have Christians who believe in God. You have Muslims who believe in God. You have Jewish people who believe in God. There are some other religions as well who do believe in God. So this is very clear as a concept. But the second one, yes, it is clear to a lot of us, to Muslims, but it is unclear to many people out there who, unfortunately, even if they don't practice what it used to be practiced back the time of Jahiliyyah, the time of ignorance before Islam came, they stay away from having children, because a woman wants to remain very beautiful according to her own understanding of beauty, and she relates that, you know, having a child is going to make her look less beautiful, or it will remove her beauty away. Other people, they don't have children because they think that they're not going to have enough provision to provide for them and themselves as well. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He talked about both of these scenarios. When a person murders the child because of poverty, as the Arabs used to do back at the time of the Jahiliyyah. And as a matter of fact, we have in the Quran a woman, the little baby girls who will be resurrected on the Day of Judgment. And she will be asked, for what sin was she murdered? In front of her father and the mother. بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. What was the sin? What was the crime that she committed for her to deserve to die? The Quran talks about this one. And pretty much, they thought that the girl is going to they're going to raise her up and she's going to go into the family of somebody else. They're not going to see any benefit from her. So why even raise her? And nowadays, we have, if people, they don't murder their own children, and probably to some extent they also do. We're talking about murdering their children when it is in the womb of the mother. Right? Before the baby is born, they murder them. They murder their little babies before they're even born. Again, this is not something okay with our teachings. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one to give life. He has initiated a life into a baby that is in the womb of the mother. And approximately 4 months later, that baby becomes a complete human being with a spirit, according to hadith of the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. After that, it is completely haram. It is as you're murdering somebody alive. Unless it threatens the life of the mother. She's about to die because of the complications. That's a different story. Then in that case, we Muslims permit that. But otherwise, the spirit has gone inside of this creature, this little creature, into the womb of the mother, then it is considered to be haram, prohibited to take the life of that little baby. But as I said, people either do that nowadays, like nothing, because they just don't want to, a girl doesn't want to get, doesn't want to be pregnant. Oh, this is not my husband. We had this child through, boyfriend and girlfriend relations, so this was a mistake right here. So let me take that child off from my body. That's horrible. To begin with, why would you even have those relations? That's the first question. But after you had it, then you have to deal with the consequences. Or as I said, the other ones, they say, well, we don't want to take this responsibility in life to raise somebody because we're either poor or because it's going to add so much stress. We're very busy people with our professions. We don't have time to deal with children. Or as I said, a woman will feel like her beauty is going away, and you know what, I don't want to preserve, my body. I still want to preserve my beauty, so I don't want to have children or anything like that. This is very common understanding of people in the society that we live in. Maybe not in the countries where many of us come from, but in the society where we live, these are very common approaches by people. Therefore, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he lists right after associating partners with God, he says, again, that you kill your children fearing that they would not eat along with you. نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. We are the one who are providing for you and also for them as well. So you don't have to fear, because they have their own sustenance. They have their own share that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preordained for them as well. And then the man asked Prophet ﷺ, then which one? He said, then what's after it? What's the third one? And Allah's Messenger ﷺ said that you commit adultery, zina. It's also from the greatest sins, and we mentioned this before, with your neighbor's wife, he says. Why neighbor's wife? Easy access, right? But also the consequences are very horrible, because that family is not a family that you don't know, or a family that comes and goes, but it is your neighbor. You have to live with that guilt. That's why it has bad consequences. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, so Prophet ﷺ is telling to this man, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, he quoted the verse from the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَدْعُونَ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ وَلَا يَقْتُلُونَ النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ وَلَا يَزْنُونَ. Which means, so Allah the Exalted revealed, and those who call not upon another God, with Allah, and slay not the soul that Allah has forbidden. So they don't murder a soul that Allah has forbidden, except by right, except by when the government, for example, decides, for a person to kill another person and so on, that is allowed to take another human life, nor commit adultery. So all these three things are mentioned right after another in Surah number 25, verse number 68. We will leave it here inshallah tonight. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى التوفيق وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه